This is me talking to my mentor, Jamie. Jamie. No, what we have is this, what they call a concealed ovulation. So this, you know how the other species, they call them astral flags, astral signs. So their certain parts get red. So this is a little hint. How you been?
I've been good. I just, a couple hours ago, got out of a car and drove back from Sarasota. I've been in Sarasota visiting my sister.
How's she doing?
I don't know. She's had so many surgeries and such a time. It's affected her memory, I think. She seems older than when I don't know. She's 76, but she seems forgetful, and it's a little concerning.
But at what stage is her disease?
I don't know. She had open heart surgery a year ago, and then she had 2 shoulder surgeries since then, and I just think she's forgetful. She just looks and acts a little older than I'm used to seeing
But
her.
wait a minute, that's your sister.
My sister.
There was someone in your family who had a...
Oh, my niece, her daughter. Her daughter has stage 4 colon cancer.
That's what I'm thinking, oh.
Yeah. She's going through chemo, and it seems to be working, but it's making her very sick. So, I don't know. We're hoping for the best. She's going through so much. But, I don't know.
Again, if some of my methods may be a little radical, but they do work. So
Yeah, they don't want to hear anything I have to say about.
oh, they're not listening. They're not listening to you. Oh, then forgive me, because you're the nice one.
They're not listening to me either. I just call and give support and tell her I love her. That's all I can do, and hope for the best. I know. I'm going up there in May to see her. We'll see. That's when the chemo's over.
I don't know how you do. My dad, he's got leukemia, and it's not right now. Hopefully, he's home. So it's possibly maybe in somewhat of a remission. But the whole energy that I feel from my mom, and I mentioned this to you, since I've become sensitive, I feel the look. You see, what happens is this. I'm going to use some medical terminology. So women, when they suck our blood, the good blood, instead of what they're supposed to suck, then the only blood that's left is the leukemic blood.
Bad blood.
Bad blood.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So you see, we have in Russian, we have such many. For example, the word cancer is rock. Like rock, we use a rock, or we call it cancer for the animal that crawls, the lobster. We call them cancer too, rock.
Yeah.
But also we call a position where the doggy position, that's also called raka. So the whole thing is all twisted. But the bottom line is, when I talk to her, I feel she's given me leukemia. I don't want leukemia. So I say, go away. Huh?
Yeah. Bad energy, sending bad energy.
Terrible. I gotta close this window because they're drilling. See how they're drilling something? They're drilling and they're drilling. And there's no need to be drilling nothing like this. So loud. You hear this? Good. This is better like this. I did a video once with my brother when there was a sledgehammer going on, and I made a video. You can't hear nothing, and we are yelling. I made a video just on purpose. I wanted to ask you, so how's everything with you?
Everything's good. Really good. I feel great. Michael got some relief from his back. He went to a different doctor, and they finally did an epidural, and I guess they got the right place because he's been pain-free ever since.
That's great.
It was like 3 weeks eating again. He wasn't really eating. He lost a lot of weight. He's much better. Much, much better. That makes me happy.
You know what,
Yeah.
I read about something the other day as well about the prostate health. So the study shows that if we men, have ejaculations less than 21 times a month, it's not optimal for our prostate. And I guess for the whole organism, because we're supposed by nature to keep doing it.
That makes
So,
sense.
so then me, I see my pattern. I don't feel like masturbating all that much. The only reason when I used to do it is when I had painful sensations, if you know what I mean, because I think of overaccumulation of my children.
Yep. Yes, I know.
And that's when I used to do it. And then came out to like maybe once in 5, 7, 10 days, depending. Because it's not my thing. So now I've been forcing it on me because it's a production and it's a cycle that needs to be continued. It's like a use it or lose it.
Right.
So then I've been keeping for these. I had a lady live with me. She dumped me 2 days ago.
Oh,
See how much tears I got?
yeah, I don't see any tears.
And again, and the reason you'll never guess,
Why?
because I threw her out.
Okay.
But what?
That's why you're not sad.
But what kind of? But I didn't mean it like that. You see, she was sitting right here. Her name is Catherine. Lovely lady. When she's asleep. Now,
That's funny.
yeah, beautiful. And that's what I'm saying. You hate not the person, you hate what they do. Because when they're asleep, it's not much to hate. Hate someone when they're sleeping. They're beautiful. So she was mean to me, and it wasn't even her. It was her Maleficent, whatever you call I have a lot of names for them in Russian, like the meanie or whatever they have, the screwina, whatever. So I said, this is the screwina, screwing you and me and us. The activator. I have ways I can help you, because I got my own screwino. You know the name of mine?
What?
One of the names in Anastasia, the Mexican. Oh, by the way, she's back, and I tell you all about it. Ooh, hot mess.
Anastasia that I met that was in Mexico?
Yes, she's still there. Last I know,
Girl.
beautiful when she's asleep.
Beautiful. But
anyway,
beautiful.
So she called my alter ego Adolf.
Oh.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He can get really messed up. So then I tell you, if you're gonna turn on your screwina, I got my Adolf that's gonna destroy. He's a
I have a
destroyer.
friend who calls his Slick. That's a good one too.
Slick.
Slick. Yeah. His bad alter ego. Yep.
You know how they call me on my YouTube channel? They call me, I say I'm a guru. Obviously I'm a guru. Who else can I be? But I'm becoming a guru.
Yeah.
Yeah. A local guru. Now, they call me, you're not a guru, you're a fuck up. Or in Russian, it's like a motherfucker, basically. Or something, there's not a dal bayob means like you fucker, you're a fuck, basically. So then I said, well, any accomplished guru has to incorporate all these fuckers and all them in him.
Yeah, it's true.
So then that is me too. I got these nice comments. One fucker this, one just called me dick. In Russian it's hui. No reasoning, he didn't substantiate his claim, just said dick. I love it. I wanted to ask you a couple of things. I was thinking before, earlier today that we were going to talk. How do you feel if we and the chance of it working is not high. You have a WhatsApp, right?
I have a what?
You have like on your phone you have a service. WhatsApp.
What's that? Yes. Yes.
Give it a thought. We could call like a three-way call. We could call my mom, my dad, my brother. Even my ex blocked me, so we can't really call my ex. But my son, our son is crazy. But how do you feel if we called my parents or my brother?
Does your brother want to hear from you?
You see again.
And where does that stand? Because when I talked to him, he did want to hear from you.
Again, he's using a lot of his alter egos. Which one of them doesn't? Because his main screwing or whoever he's screwed up. He says one thing, does the other, and feels the third, and it's a whole dissonant. He's very, as you taught me the word, he's a dissonant person. He dissonates a lot. He's cognitively, emotionally dissonant. He's thinking one, he's split. That's why there's when you wholesome, when you heal the whole, become a whole. Say you got to become one. Get them all together.
Yeah.
So.
But you can't. I mean, he's got to do that himself. You know what I mean?
He can't.
Integrate himself. So I don't know.
The thing is, when people don't have any external stimulus, like I was hearing this guy talking. There's a black speaker, I don't know, actor or something. He goes, and he was talking to like 3 or 4, like it was type of a show, like The View or something like that. Not that, but something similar. He goes, you ladies are so brave and so emancipated and feminized. Wait till shit hits the fan. You're going to run, and if there's a lion on the street, you're going to run to us. Say, hey, get it out. Because you have, everything is mild. You got the car, you got the money, you got a job. But wait till there's an enemy coming or a neighboring tribe that wants to rape and kill you. Oh, you're going to need us then. So then I see how this works. And for me as well, I don't want to sound like I'm this. When something is bad, that's when I wake up. But when nothing's happening, people just keep doing it. He's not going to change. People say, oh, the kids are going to come back to you. No, they won't. And I should say more properly, chance of them coming back is near zero. Unless something bad happens.
That's probably true. That's a good catalyst, something bad happening.
Not good, because good doesn't work. Because good, they'll keep doing it.
But we don't learn anything from good. We only learn as human beings when we fuck up and make mistakes and go through difficult times. You're right.
It's disgusting. I lost my friend. Semi-lost. He moved in with me. If I start telling you, today there's been a lot of drama. Just like yesterday and the day before. And there's a lot of drama every day. But this guy, he moves from Texas. We were talking. He visited me for a week, like a month ago. We are friends for like 4 years. We had orgies here, he and I.
I remember you telling me about it. Yeah.
Gene. Motherfucker. He's 34. I was the catalyst of his divorce. Well, at least he knew it. His back gave out. I don't mean to draw any parallels with no one, but his back gave out. No, it's different. Somewhat. His back gave out. The guy walks on his arms, on his hand. He's a hand walker. He's a gymnast, acrobat. Then he can walk, and his back. He can't even. He went to a disability. He's having a disability claim. So the wife says to him, "Oh, we'll get you a wheelchair. Don't worry, honey, because obviously this is it for you." And then he goes, when she said that's when the light lit up. Says she wants me to be in a wheelchair. And he's only 34, and she's acts like a scum. I spoke to her. I know her. That's the lady who, when we had an orgy, he called us, said, honey, Abraham is having this nice orgy going on, come. And she says, you bitches, you do orgy, I have no nanny for the baby, how can I come? Beautiful.
So
but
what happened to his back?
So-
It just went out?
well, a lot of stress, you know, a backbone, the father is not there, his father is an alcoholic in Russia. Mom is here messing him up some more. I spoke to mom, she's a mess. It's a lot. And it just goes on, and it generationally, it's just, once they start talking about generations, they dropped him from the second floor window. This guy, Gene, got dropped.
Wow.
Hear this. He got dropped from a second, when he was like a year old. He fell out of the window from the second floor because his father's mother was watching him. And that mother grew up in an orphanage. And she almost died herself when she was young. It's a complicated situation. So then the only thing that saved him was a nail that was sticking out of the wall, and it caught his pants. So he was hanging.
God, so he didn't go all the way down. Wow.
I felt like, I'm like, damn, shit. He goes, no, I didn't fall. I didn't make it all the way down. I was hanging and going like a little yo-yo. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh my goodness.
He don't remember, they told him. I don't know if it's even true, but that's what he says. So it's just one episode. And then he crawled out of the crib. And 10 seconds later, she spilled a pot of boiling water into the crib. He just crawled out.
Wow. Dangerous place.
Yeah, that's 33 years ago. Now he's doing crazy. So he comes to me, drives all the way from Texas. We make this plan that we're gonna conquer the world, and we still may, because he's out there too. He's out there. He's becoming a guru. He's done some mushrooms, he's done some ayahuasca and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
He's convincing me to do it.
No, you don't need to do it.
I got enough for now.
I agree. I don't think you need it. Your mind is open enough.
I mean, again, maybe if I saw something, maybe it'll give me a. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject so rapidly, but do you know the guy by Sapolsky, Robert Sapolsky?
I do not.
He's this scholarly, famous primatology scientist. I wrote to him an email. He's famous. He writes books. Well, he's famous in the circles of evolutionary biologists, and he's a professor at Stanford. Some California guy, super famous. Again, in the circles. He wrote to me right away. But I think it's like an automated thing. He goes, I'm hibernating these days. I can't do nothing. No, I'm not reviewing grants. I'm not reviewing candidacies for post. I'm like, that's not. He just has an automated response.
That's probably true.
But still, I think he needs me more than I need him. He's hibernating.
If he really is hibernating, or maybe he just sends that out to get people to stop writing to. Who knows?
But still, I ain't hibernating. So no. I was in a cold plunge 7 minutes, like a clock, and arguing with people. Oh, I gotta figure this out, because I argue with too many people, which is futile. I've been better. I walk away.
Why do you argue with people? What's that? What's that about? Because usually arguing with people doesn't accomplish anything.
I'm bored. And the thing is, sometimes, once in a while, I stumble upon a person. Once we start arguing, he kind of warms up and kind of opens up. And then we can have interesting conversations, at least. Or I can get my point across, and he says, well, especially with ladies, like I've had some breakthroughs today, this morning. I had a breakthrough. She was arguing. I said, gotta stop arguing with me. And I irritated her because she was talking a lot. Nonsense, talking, said blah, blah, blah. So I started going like this. Oh, she hated it, but it worked. She goes, stop doing it. I say, I will stop when you stop your shit. You just talking shit. And I write down what you're saying, but you're saying 10 different things. And she goes, it's just, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But I don't have it. I said, you don't get it, then let me share with you. I don't want to say explain, but let me share. Allow me. But you don't know. Let me explain. Let me explain. See, you don't get it, so why are you going to explain? And it goes on and on. Same words in Russian, in English, and people just, the whole thing just goes off. Having said that, this guy, I told him, Gene, they got this, I forgot the word they use, like a meeting, like a Burning Man, like it's like a festival of sort, where all these people that are out there searching some spiritual things and maybe mushroom. Doesn't have to be mushrooms, doesn't have to be substances, but just people that are free spirits.
Right.
It's like there's this thing. You never heard of Burning Man?
Of course I am.
Yeah. So that's.
I've never been there, but
No.
I know what Burning Man is. Sure.
So it's like a mini Burning Man in Miami, 5 days, and I told them, don't go, because they're crazy people. You have enough nonsense in your life to figure out. You don't need them. And not only that, the fact that you so want to go, you're so compulsively drawn. I said, what if I gave you 1,000? No, I'd still go. So what if I gave you 2,000? I'd go. 3,000? Okay, maybe I'll think. Maybe if you gave me 3,000, then I wouldn't go, but I would feel horrible. So 3,000 is what would make him not go. So you see, you're so fixated, so.
What did he think he was going to learn there or experience there? Do you know?
Even this question is like, when you ask this question, it's like, it's a nauseating, it's crazy. These people are crazy.
I know, but I just wondered if he.
Yeah, he wanted to see other people because he connects with them.
Okay.
They're searching for experience. So the experience is, you got a daughter who's got a developmental speech impediment. She speaks but not well. And I took her to the doctor. I think I mentioned it to you. I took her when she was only 3 to my kid's pediatrician, local guy. I like him a lot. And he missed it because I didn't want to tell him. He examined her and she said she's okay. I said, oh, she don't talk well. Oh, because she speaks Russian and he's a Colombian American pediatrician. So then once we started talking, he goes, okay, well, you're right. Thank you for mentioning. I said, sure, that's why we're here. I didn't want to say it. And then they gave a hearing test and the whole psychology. They never went through none of that shit. That was 4 years ago. But they do mushrooms.
Yeah.
So, be it as it may, I tell them, listen, we're growing. I was in a deeper mess than you can ever imagine. I wish people saw me when I was in my deepest shit. I was horrible. Horrific.
When was that?
I came out of it, it'll be 5 years in May. I came out of it 2018. So for 4 years, from 14 to 18, I was in it.
It's a long time.
Suicidal.
Yeah.
And I used to make fun of it, but it wasn't fun.
And how did you come out of it?
That's the thing. That's the thing. And I share this with people. I say, people, I came out of it. I'm figuring out, I have figured quite a bit out of how I came out, because I didn't know how I came, I just came out.
I see.
So I'm like, what the fuck was that? Excuse my language, what the fuck was that?
Right.
And how did I come out of it? Let me see. It's just like there's a fairy tale, a little metaphor, like 2 frogs fell into those pitchers of milk, one in each. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
You remember when I say it. So there's this ancient proverb: when two frogs fall into a pitcher, each into a pitcher of milk, and they can't come out, and one frog says, "Shit, this is it. I'm drowning. It's hopeless. Hopeless. I'm helpless. I'm drowning." And she drowned. She drowned. The other one said, "Wait, this is really fucked up. I don't know how I'm gonna come out of it, but I could still swim around, just paddle around, just move around. For now, I have power, I have strength." She's paddling around, moving around. Pretty bad, pretty bad. This is really fucked up. I don't know how to do this. Next thing she feels the hardness, some hardness, she feels some firmness. She just walks out of it. She whipped it into a thick cream.
By her movement. That's a great analogy.
It's a beautiful thing, and I feel the goosebumps when I say it. When you smile, you feel it, and that's how I came out of it. My brother told me. My brother was saying that. He goes, "You keep moving, keep moving."
That is true.
I said,
moving is a good idea.
I'm sorry.
It's a good idea always to keep moving. Yep.
Keep living another day. I said, Eugene, it's not going away. And I see, and I know, because I'm a physician, I know how shit stays like this. He goes, "But listen, you slept 4 hours last night. You were sleeping 3 hours for these last few months, so you're sleeping 4 hours. So that's better." I say, "Yeah, but still sucks." He goes, "Yeah, but it's better." But you know how the brain is like clinging to all the negativity. I'm like, still sucks. It's all horrible. Anyway, but I know how I came out because I kept moving, and it's often a self-limiting situation, even though sometimes it can take a long time. If people keep moving, it goes away. Usually a year or two. Well, mine was 4. So then I look back and I fell in love. What really catapulted me out of it is I really fell in love with this one woman. My ex-flame, she was on and off Colombian, my lover. This young Colombian girl that I was with for many years while married. And that love that I felt for her, Jamie, you can't, that's something that I wish to tell people, because that's something I can't even describe how extremely powerful it felt. I never felt anything like it. And it lasted for 2 months or 3 months around. In fact, she wasn't even here. The reason why I fell in love is because she left. She left to Baltimore to start a residency. She went through medical school, a little bit of which I helped to pay. I was trying to help her, and I tried to keep her next to me.
Right.
My wife told me back then, she goes, "If you want to keep those honeys, you gotta give them some money." I'm like, "Well, that's pretty smart." So I'll be doing that. So I did that, and then she went to Baltimore. I'm like, "Wait a second, I love her. Oh, I really love her," because my bipolar was like at its peak, I guess. And then I fell in love. I fell in love so hard. I couldn't even breathe. I mean, I was just like flying. I was texting her all day. I counted 200 texts per day.
Yeah, that's a little excessive.
Excessive? I was texting in the staircase of Aventura Hospital for 2 hours. And the doctor was like, "Are you okay?" He said he was like, "We walking in and out. You're still here for 2 hours on a staircase." I was like, What? I was here. Oh, I didn't know where I was. I didn't sleep much. I was manic. I was very hypomanic.
Yeah.
Oof. And I flew to her on a plane for one night to see her, to make love to her, and sing her a song on the piano. It was my birthday. And then she was I was so in love, she started to fall in love with me for real. Like she was considering leaving her fiance. Well, she was thinking to consider. She was saying she was considering. But anyway, that's what catapulted me out of it. That's an extremely powerful feeling of love. Tremendous, tremendous feeling. And then 2 months later, 3 months, I'm like, wait a second. She's a piece of shit. Screw her.
I don't need her.
I don't need her. In fact, I don't need anyone. I'm in love as is. And I've been in love since then.
Well, she was put in your life to spark that feeling.
She saved me, like she took me out. And I keep telling her, she calls me once a year, how are things? I say, how are things? Are beautiful things. I say, go on FaceTime. Oh, I'm not comfortable. You're not comfortable, you get lost. I know how to treat you, all of you, excuse my language, bitches. You get lost. Oh, you're so tough, you're so rough these days. You're so rude and rough. You're not Abraham I used to know. See, that's right, I'm not. So go screw yourself. Or you FaceTime me. I ain't lying to nobody. Let's call your husband who you deeply love. Anyway, if you can, how much do we have left? We have like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
How do you feel about, how do you feel if we call my mom or my brother?
What would we be wanting to accomplish? We need to have a game plan.
You know, I'll tell you a metaphor. Andrew Weil, you know Andrew Weil?
Yes.
Okay, so he was on Joe Rogan, and Rogan asked him, why did you run this marijuana experiment in Harvard in 1972? He goes, why? I tell you why. Just to do it. Just NIH sponsored me. I wanted to see if I could pull it off. He goes, I wanted to see if I can run an experiment in Harvard, the best university in the world, one of the best, on an illegal substance, and not only get away with it, but have NIH sponsor me. That's a pretty ballsy thing to do, because that was my reason. Yeah. So, just to do, and look, I don't want to sound superficial, because we can talk to them. There is a chance that you having the authority, because they all tell me I should go see a psychiatrist. Well, I'm seeing one every month. And I understand, I'm aware that I may sound a little bit strange to people. I get it. I sound strange to me sometimes. Having said that, I'm still hopefully coherent enough to keep a relationship going, but they don't want to do it.
And why? Well, your brother, I mean, I don't know. Your brother says that you insult him and you bring up really insulting, hurtful things, and if you're going to do that, they're not going to want to talk to you. You know what I mean?
The only thing that can insult is the truth. I can't insult anyone with a lie.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not true. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that they can handle that, or your brother doesn't want to hear that.
And we're gonna show them the movie Few Good Men when he said, "You want the truth? You can't handle the truth," and they couldn't. And that's okay. I can be superficial. I just want to have a little coffee. I can be superficial. But imagine this. You and I are friends.
Right.
So then you say to me, Abraham, when you talk, let's say for example, about my husband and I, and him wanting to have other women subconsciously, it hurts me. It really upsets me. So do me a favor, and I understand your reasoning, or maybe I don't understand it, doesn't matter, but please, can you not talk about it? Because it really hurts me. So, do you think I'll say, oh no, let's talk about it? I wouldn't say that. Now, imagine if you, as a friend, wouldn't answer my phone call, wouldn't write back, or would start becoming very condescendingly, reprimandingly mean, give me an attitude.
Right.
So then I'll say, you seriously, you don't call me, you don't, what kind of a friend are you? So you see, so I get provoked by their lack of loyalty, and then I tell them, you want to talk to me this way? Look, you're living with this fatty boomba. Yeah, because they tell me, oh, you know, maybe you should take care of yourself and, you know, get yourself a little bit better. Maybe you need some pills. So I need pills. I ain't the one who's not answering the phone and who's running away and whose kids are lying to them. Say, oh, your kids don't talk to you. I said, that's right, they don't talk because I told them, go fuck yourself. Excuse my language, I said, tell my kids, go fuck themselves because they're mean. I love them, but they can mess with me because then I get sick. But how do you feel about that? How do you feel of having a because let me tell you, we are analyzing the possibility, the chance of them picking up is not very high.
That's true. So, yeah, I'll think about I mean, I'm not opposed to it necessarily. We'll see how it goes. We can do it and see how it goes.
See, like, for example, I can right now tell you that I feel your discomfort, and I can start asking you, what's making you uncomfortable? Why does the word oppose come to this conversation from you? See, I can start going in there.
You can, yes, I knew you would.
But the thing is this, I have such admiration for you. And you're such a loyal friend. With all the things that we've been through, we haven't been through, but we had some sensitive situations, but you were such a humble person. And you made me want to be humble to you and be loving to you. So then I know, I feel you. I understand it's uncomfortable. Because bottom line is this. You are used to your ways of conducting. Right.
Exactly.
Here
that's where it's coming from.
Right, so you're used to your ways. Here you are leaving your familiar territory, you're going on my territory. And you're like, that's weird. And let me tell you what we all fear. We fear several things. One of them is conflict. Scandal. We got a conflictophobia going on.
Yep. That's true.
Have you heard that term, conflictophobia?
No, but I like the term.
I made it up.
It's a good term. I like it. I'm going to start using it.
Scandalophobia. There's a bunch of these things. So then, of course, because I thrive.
I know you do.
I love it.
Conflict.
Oh, to me, because I crave reality. And that conflict is as real as it can be. Everyone's smiling, everyone's so happy. How you do? But when shit hits the fan, some people stay and some people run, like Al Pacino said.
But you see, I mean, this is just me personally. I think you know this about. I thrive on harmony.
Right.
But real harmony. I'm not talking fake or pretend.
But harmony.
Yeah.
Hormonally based has to be a combination of cortisol, adrenaline. So harmony includes disharmony in it. You can't have harmony without having disharmony. You can't have good. So if there is shit in let's say in someone's life, and he just wants to be harmonious, and his kids don't talk to him, how the hell am I supposed to be harmonious?
That's true.
So then I gotta go fix that, and I don't know how to fix it. Meanwhile, it drives me mad, and I become extremely mean to people. I throw them out of my life. Like this guy said, you go there. Now, guess why I had a fight with this guy? Because he said, I'm going to go for 3 days. I said, okay, whatever, go. I tell you, I don't like you going in there because it's a mess. And you are so impulsively moved, you just can't imagine. This is already a problem. See, like coffee. He goes, oh, stop drinking coffee. I said, well, I'm addicted Same thing. I said, how about I stop drinking and you don't go? And I was like, oh shit, I wish he says, because I don't want to, yeah, I don't want, no, I don't want to stop. I'm addicted to coffee. This is my second cup. I hope
I get
2 cups a day, at times 3, never more than that. That's my thing. And I don't even eat. I haven't eaten today. I'm going to eat at 8. And I worked out like crazy 3 times today.
So tell me real quick, because I want to know about Anastasia, because you were going to talk about her being back in your life.
She run out of money.
Oh.
But why I like her, she's honest.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
And she says, yeah, most likely I would never called you. But she's honestly trying. Well, since Friday, she's been, I think her phone really broke. And because I don't see her coming on onto I don't see her coming on onto the phone. So since Friday, she's been on. She does these things. She disappears. This is the contactophobia.
Contactophobia.
And it's actually, there's a term like this in Russian. People are fearful of contact, calling, texting. It's a partial contactophobia. So we can text, but we can't call. We can call, but we can't do a FaceTime. We can FaceTime, but we can't meet.
Right. It just goes into different levels. It's crazy. And so many people don't even ever meet face-to-face anymore. It's like people have forgotten how to connect for real. Face-to-face in person. It's crazy. I think. It's harmful.
I wanted to ask you something before I forget. If you, and I keep saying, maybe you can come across these people. If you know someone in your circles, psychologists, psychiatrists, they don't know what they're missing in me. They should scan me.
They should scan you. I agree.
And do because I feel things, I don't know why. And they come to me like these revelations, these how they call them, like every day I feel, I realize every day these things happen, like things get connected in my mind in such ways that I never even know how they do it. Because something...
They really should scan you.
I'm telling you, and the thing is, the society as we know, as we have it, I'm surrounded by people who I can't, that's why I like this guy, because he understands. I like a person next to me of whom I can, we rub off each other, and then I can see how much, because by myself I have my camera, and I have me myself. It's kind of like a bit of a empty feeling. But once I have someone who understands me, and who goes through experiences with me, it's like this lady was crying for 3 days. I said, you crying? You were raped? I'm sorry. You were beaten when you were a kid? I'm sorry. You're mad at me. You're mean to me. When I haven't done anything mean to you, I'm just telling you that you do what you do. You should stop lying. She lies. You should stop fucking around, sucking dick. Because you're 36, you have no kids, and your eyes don't see, because she got bad vision. She goes, yeah, because I keep saying, I wish I didn't see this. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a saying in Russian, I wish my eyes didn't see this, like we have in English. There's a saying, an old saying, I wish my eyes didn't see this. It's a very ancient Russian saying. We have that in English, it's just not such a ingrained, we have a very ingrained, I wish I forgot, I wish to forget. No.
It's denial, actually. It's about denial.
But I've worked out my problems. You ain't gonna work shit out. You hate everyone and you love everyone. You hate your mom, you hate your dad. It's all in you. It's just blocked. And you laugh like this. And they all laugh fake.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to cry? Today I realized why they say that. Because actually they are saying they should cry. They bring up that whole crying. I don't, if we are in a comedy show and you laugh loudly, let's say you're laughing loudly, or maybe you're laughing and you distracted me from something. I say, can you please not laugh? You said, what do you mean? It's funny. Okay, I won't laugh, but and you're gonna try to hold the laughter, but you're not gonna say, hey, should I cry? No.
No, you're right.
This is a funny thing. This I'm talking is serious. I'm saying I'm being serious. I'm in pain. You're in pain. Oh, I'm not in pain. I said, but I'm in pain, and because otherwise, why are you laughing? It's not a funny laughter. It's not a funny laughter. So should I cry? Well, let's not be extreme. But having thought about this, it's actually a very appropriate thing. Because the next thing, guess what? You're crying, and they cry. Because it's a block. It's horribly painful. You know it. You see how people cry when you talk to them.
Yep.
And you're like, whoa, there we go again. It's like I don't even, I'm so used to them crying when I start mentioning how their dad hurt them by leaving, how their exes hurt them by, it's like, oh my goodness, it's just a river opens up. I'm like, oh, okay, there we go. Crying again. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I love you. I love you. I wish I'm there for you. I give you a hug. And I do give them a hug when they're near me. It hurts.
Yeah.
And then my friend down there becomes aroused because that's real. Then she becomes a real woman, sensitive with feelings. She opens up, and I'm like, whoa, check me out. I train them to get aroused to sincerity, to dignity, to truth, not to face.
Real.
Yeah.
What's real. Yeah.
What's real?
I know that's what's most important to you.
He's getting more and more real. I'm training him. So then that's the situation. And when you tell me if I can not be so I don't start rude. Like you see how I speak with you? Am I rude?
Not at all. You're never rude to me.
Well, if I tell you about the fact that you said I'm not opposed to it, if I start going into this opposed situation, and then talk about your childhood and how you hated your mom, I know you, and you will be open. You said yes, that is what it is. So we don't have to go and keep saying it because you already accept it and I accept it, and why should I bother you? Because you're not mean to me.
That's true.
But when my closest people are saying mean things to me, and then I can tolerate mean, even though then I feel like, okay, you say mean things to me, and then what? I talk to you for 5 minutes. It's gonna be a useless, because they learn too. You know what they learn? They learn to keep messing with me and not hang up. I train them. So then they keep messing with me and keep messing with me. And then it becomes just a silly...
Are they messing with you because they're afraid of facing the truth, you think? I think it comes from fear.
Ain't no love here. Ain't no love. This is love.
Yeah, there's either fear or there's love. And everything falls under those two categories, really.
So there is no love, it's fear. If it's not a woman, it's a man.
Yeah.
Because there's a saying in Latin, tertium non datum. In other words, there's no third. There's only two. So if it's not the left, it's the right.
Yep.
Again, I wish to get from you the ability to be as neutral as possible because it resonates so badly in me. It stimulates me, it ignites me, which it doesn't say much about me, because obviously it's something that's touching me. That I have that in me too. Or my fear, I know my fear, I have an extreme fear of abandonment.
Yep.
And it's not it's not unbased. It's not unwarranted, in my opinion, because I have been abandoned by the people I love the most. And not because of them particular, because most people are like that. Tony,
In some ways, you've
Because
so their only way is to abandon,
yes,
to leave.
true. So
Run.
we attract what we fear. That's 100%. What I feel is that if I'm super nice, so then let's say I'm super nice to this guy who comes in and lives with me. He came in 5 days ago, drove 1,000 miles from Texas, Austin, with his stuff to live with me. We were talking, he's gonna get a little Uber job. I can take care of the finances. He doesn't have a lot of money. I say, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. We don't need much. You live here. If you need a little bit, whatever, I'll lend you some money. So then we've had arguments. He blocked me multiple times. And I tell him, you got friends who block me. You got your soon-to-be ex-wife who blocked me. And you're smiling with them. I say, if you're smiling with them, I'm next. You're gonna block me again because you accept them. And I don't. They don't accept me. I want to make peace. People say, oh, you want everyone to fight between themselves. No, bring them back. Make them talk to us. 3-way. We talk. I'm not running. I ain't blocking. So get this. So he leaves for 3 days. We have this night with these two. We met these two ladies. My lady and her friend. My lady liked me, so we were together for 3 days. We were sleeping and doing whatever we were doing. So then we convinced this other lady who's really spazzed out to sleep with this guy. Just sleep. And they slept. Nothing. He said she was like a brick of ice. Can't even come close. So he went and he masturbated in the morning and he left. Because he was thinking, oh, it's a nice lady. Maybe I'm not going to go. But she wasn't nice. So he left to this stupid Burning Man nonsense. Okay, whatever. I say, well, you go. He said, I'm gonna come and maybe I'll go for 1 day and I'll come back. Or 2, at most 3. He called me, oh, people are so silly, they're so stupid, they're all over the place, they're so unaware. But I meet this lady, she's married, she's 35, beautiful lady, and she's searching. So we were talking until 5 in the morning in the car, and we were masturbating. But I didn't come. I said, boy, you gotta masturbate with a married lady in the car. What, at 5 in the morning? That's stupid. That's dumb. You might as well just screw her then. What kind of a perverted shit is that? Okay, that's that. And they were dancing and yelling. He had no voice because he's yelling all night. Then he painted his head with the weird things. I'm like, Gene, you look like you like crazy looking already. You like, oh, Abraham, are you working Saturday? He calls me, are you working Sunday? Because I'm coming today. I say, okay, well, come. Just I'm home at 5 because you have no key. Are you working Sunday? So what does that matter if I'm working Sunday? Oh, because if you're working, then maybe I'll stay for 1 more day. See, you know what? Why don't you just go and just be there? Well, you need me to entertain you. What if I'm not? What if I'm working? Who gives it? You coming back. Or stay there and don't be pretending like it's my job that's keeping you. And meanwhile, I'm arguing with this bitch who's going in and out, who's doing stupid shit. Meanwhile, I'm driving up to her house and I see there's a lady. I think that lady is her friend because she don't pick up and she's like inciting her to be against me, her friend. You follow? This Santa Barbara nonsense. And then I see this bitch, excuse my language, standing in front of a little condo with 2 men, and I'm like, huh, that's how you are? She goes, what do you mean? I say, you don't pick up the phone. We had dinner for 2 nights in a row. And the man goes, what do you mean? She didn't have dinner with you. I say, you ask her if she had dinner with me. She goes, they all get scared. He starts approaching me I'm like, oh, you approaching me? Ask her. I'm in my car. This is happening on Saturday.
Oh my God.
Listen, that's not the lady. That's someone else.
Yeah.
I still think it could have been her because he didn't ask her. Something going on in there too. I say, ask her. And then she goes, are you alone? And she goes, no. I said, well, I'm sorry then. I thought you were someone else. I apologize. Let me shake your hand. No. And then they left. Like that was close. So then I said, I'm like all wired up. I was in the ICU seeing corpses in there because they're all dying and I can't even talk. So then, and then this guy is doing stupid Burning Man shit. Meanwhile, he could help me talk to these women, and he was there, and he's a great help because he's pretty knowledgeable and he's pretty open. So then I say, if you're like this, then we can't live together. Oh, and he gets upset. Oh, okay. Then we don't have to live. Okay. And then he disappears. Then he calls me Sunday again. Well, you know, I'm still here. And we're doing bachata. Doing bachata class. Well, you know, you already decided we can't live together, so I guess that's it. I said, you accept that? You messed up. Do you feel any qualms of remorse? Do you feel any pains? Yeah, I do. I said, well, then fix it. You're still there. Come back. Well, you know, and then we could, because the connection is there. So anyway, so now he's there sitting, talking to me. I said, okay, let's talk. Oh, I got my food. Let's talk later. I said, no, talk now and eat, because now you have your food. Well, I want to enjoy my food. I'll call you. I said, you enjoy your food. I'll talk to you in 2 days. It's a mess.
Yeah, it sounds like a mess. You know what?
You gotta go.
Here, somebody in the waiting room.
Let's do this next time. Am I seeing you in a month?
Yes, you are.
Come with your husband, have dinner. Look how beautiful. I showed you. I'm gonna play you some Chopin.
It looks beautiful. I'll send you a date. This is like a good time, right? Kind of.
It's beautiful. I got my beach go. Yeah.
Okay, I will send you a date, and we'll have a date in a month. Okay.
The ultimate question, like the guy in A Beautiful Mind. Am I okay? Am I normal looking? Am I okay?
Yes, you're okay.
No, but I just want to make sure, because people see me, they say you look weird.
You don't look weird.
Anyway.
All right, my dear. I'll see you in a month.
Good to see you. Say hi to your husband and to your whole family.
Thank you. Thank you, Abraham. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ну, видите, это человек. Человек. С большой буквы. Женщина. Мой психолог. Уезжаю завтра. Гена уезжает завтра. Хочу забрать свои вещи. Хочу. Хоти. Хоти. Он хотел покушать, понаслаждаться едой. Я говорю, наслаждайся. Вещи забрать. Сейчас мы посмотрим. На канале.